Hello and welcome to Montville High School in Montville, New Jersey for today's Northwest Group 3 Boys Soccer Championship matchup that features the Montville Mustangs that are ranked number 1 and your number 4 ranked Patriots of Wayne Hills. Alongside Jake Talerico, I'm Noah Sandler as we bring you this matchup today. So our key players for today, Jake, who's your key player?
My key player is Luca. He is the goalie for the Patriots. On the season, he has 48 saves, along with only allowing 2 goals in the 2 playoff matchups, which so far he's helped this Patriots team throughout the whole entire season. He's stopped the goals in the playoffs. That's why the Patriots had only allowed 1 goal in each of their past 2 games. What's your key player, Noah?
Yeah, so my key player for today is Sebastian Samaniego, who has 6 goals and 1 assist so far in the season. He's had a few goals so far in the playoffs. He's really been a key aspect, making some nice passes. He's gotten a few breakaways. You heard his 1 assist. I'm pretty sure that was in one of the playoff games. So he's really been a really good player, along with a couple others for this Patriots team. So the path that the Patriots took to get here today was on Tuesday. They beat Morris Hills with a score of 3-1, and that game was at home. And they beat Mendham on Thursday with a score of 4-1, as well at home. And for Montville to get here, they played a few games, but this is both teams' 3rd playoff game, and their last game for Montville was home against Wayne Valley, when they won 3-0 with a shutout. So this is going to be a really good game today. Both teams are very good. Anything else you have to say, Jake?
All I know is that both of these goalies are very good. Luke Trenikos, as I said before, he's been a great goalie for the Patriots. And all I know is that Montville's goalie, he's also very good. He has 66 saves on the season. He's been helping them out throughout their whole playoff run. That's why they're the number 1 ranked seed. I can see just a great game by both sides, a very defensive game. Even though the Patriots have put up about 7 goals in the playoffs, I can see a very defensive game today.
Yeah, Connor Zilowski, he's only a sophomore for Montville. He's the starting goalie for today. And they do have a backup as a senior, but this sophomore, Zilowski, has proved to be a really good goalie and a really good asset for this team. So that's all we have for our pregame show today. We'll see you live. We'll see you for our game coming up next.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Positano Pizza, the finest Italian cuisine and pizzeria. Show us your Wayne Hill student ID to get 2 slices of pizza or a bowl of pasta, plus a drink for only $5.
And welcome back to Montville High School for today's championship matchup that's featuring the Wayne Hills Patriots and the Montville Mustangs. Again, I'm Noah Sandler along with Jake Talerico as we're getting ready to start the first half here, and both teams are in their huddle to start off the game here. So I want to just talk about this Montville team. This team is really good. They have a couple of really good sophomores, including the goalie, number 1 Connor Zilowski, along with number 9 Patrick Ferrari, both sophomores. Zilowski has 66 saves so far this season, and Ferrari has 7 goals and 1 assist. So there isn't as many seniors on this team. It's a mix of more of sophomores and juniors, so that's something that we're going to be seeing a lot of so far in this game coming up. And now Wayne Hills has broken their huddle, and along with Montville, it's looking like Montville will start with the ball here. Both teams are coming out onto the field as we're getting ready to start this off. For the next 80 minutes, we're going to have a really good game here between both of these teams. Jake, what do you think about this upcoming matchup?
I'm expecting to see a very defensive game. Both of these teams, they've scored goals throughout the season, but their defense has been their dominant part. Both of their goalies have been good. Luke Trenikos and Connor Zilowski have stopped most of their goals this season as being their starting goalie. Looks like Hills might start off with the ball here. Looks like Aslan Cat will be kicking it back to maybe it looks like Torelli here.
And we're off here at Montville High School for today's championship matchup. And now it's back to Dasliva and over to Torelli. But then it's intercepted by a Montville player. And now that goes out of bounds on Samaniego, and it'll be Montville to throw it in right now. That's number 23 for Montville to throw it in. but that gets picked off by a Wayne Hills player, and now here comes Cat passing it. Cat passing it over to intended for Torelli, but then that goes back to Terranova and out of bounds. It looked like it did go out of bounds on Montville, so this will be Wayne Hills ball. Terranova to throw it in. Terranova passes it in, and he finds Catania. And over the Cap, but that goes out of bounds. This is Montville ball, and throwing it in is number 5. And number 5 throws it in, looking for a Ferrari. And there's Catania, who gets a little bit of a headbutt, but it goes back into Montville possession. And the whistle's blown, and the refs are calling that it's going to be Montville ball.
And so far, these refs have really been stingy with the spot of the ball.
Yep. There's number 30, I believe, Hennigan. Yep, number 30, Hennigan, to kick it up and in. But here comes Torelli with the ball for Wayne Hills. Torelli kicks it up, looking for number 7, Aslan Cap, but he does not find him, and it's back over to Montville. Pass between a few Montville players and up over to Mayer. And out of bounds.
It's a great play by Terranova to get the ball out of bounds. Looked like number 10 on Montville could have maybe crossed that across the middle. You could see a shot on goal there.
Yep, and this is going to be Montville ball here to throw it in. This is the first time that they're really getting it in the Patriot zone. Throwing it in is number 23. And that's thrown in. But then Trentacost makes the nice save. And he kicks it up to Samaniego, intended for Samaniego, but it gets intercepted by a Montville player. Here's Catania with the ball. Passing it all the way up. Looking for a couple of other Wayne Hills players, but he's not able to find them. Now, here's Zilowowski. This sophomore is kicking it in. It was intended for number 9 for RA. Now, Wayne Hills is fighting with Montville for the ball, and the referees are going to call it Wayne Hills ball. Throwing it in is De Silva. But that goes right into the head of a Montville player. And De Silva passing it up. It's a little bit of a ping-pong match with all these headbutters between both teams. Now here's number 23 of Montville to throw it in. Now here's Montville with a nice possession of the ball. Gets passed back to number 5. But that's saved by Trentacost. Trentacost is kicking it in and looking for Aslan Cap, but it goes just long. And now it'll be Wayne Hills ball, and here's Vander Velden. No, excuse me, it looks like it'll be number 9, Ryan Shoes, to throw it in to a fellow Patriots player. He throws it in right into the middle, but then it's headbutted out of bounds by a Montville player. Here's Shoes yet again to throw it in. Here's Catania. And it goes over to the far side of the field. Following it is Torelli. San Diego passes it into the middle, but it gets intercepted by a Montville player. Now it's Montville here with some nice possession. One thing quickly I want to point out is Manut Singh is out for this game with an injury. He got injured in late in last game in the second half. So he is not active today. Now it's passed between a few other players. And here's Aslan Cat with it. But it gets kicked back in by a Montville player. Now it's passed back to number 5 for Montville on defense. And over to Hennigan, who kicks it up looking for an open player. But then that just goes right into the hands of Wayne Hills. And now that ball goes out of bounds, and it is Montville ball.
It was a great play by turnover to get the ball out there. It was a little contested. Looks like number 10 for Montville was down there trying to get past turnover, but turnover did not let it happen as he kicked the ball out of bounds.
Throwing it in now is going to be number 23 for Montville. Excuse me, we don't have everybody's numbers here today. But nothing comes of that. And Catania is trying to get it out, but Montville does still keep possession, and it goes over between a few defensive players and up. And there's the Silva making a nice pass over to San Diego. But then that goes all the way back. And Zolkowski will be there to pick it up.
Yeah, both teams are getting the ball downfield. It's just they got no one there to get the ball and even get close to the goal so far.
Here's De Silva passing it up to San Diego. And now it goes back up to the defense on. Oh, the fans here are looking for a handball. It looked like it did hit the hand of Jake Hecker, but the referees do not call that. And that does cause for a little bit of screaming and yelling from all the players and coaches of Montville. And now here's Cat passing it up. He's looking for number 13, Vander Velden. And here's Cat yet again, passing it over to Torelli. And Torelli looks for Vander Velden, and it goes out of bounds. And it will be Montville to throw it in. It was very close there. Vander Velden made a nice try to keep it in, but it did go out. Now, passing it in is going to be number 5 on defense for Montville. Hills is trying to get possession back, but they're unable to. And now coming up for Montville is Ian Kaiser. Oh, but that was a dirty hit there made by Jake Hecker. And now it's over to the side and the whistle is blown. It looks like a Wayne Hills player is down, but he gets right back up. It looks like that's San Diego that got his wind knocked out of him just now.
Yeah, Montville almost had a chance there with a good pass, but Jake Hecker broke up the play near the end, near the goal. And now it looks like this should be kicked in by Luke Trendikos.
Yep, Trendikos kicks it in now. And now that goes back to Zilkowski. And it will be a corner kick, it seems like.
Let's see if Hills can take advantage of the mistake by Montville by kicking it out of bounds where the goalie could not save it.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to pass it over to the goalie there, but it did go out of bounds, and Zilkowski wasn't able to get it in time. Now here's a corner kick for Torelli. Torelli kicks it in. Oh! And that was a shot there by Aslan Cat, but it was saved by Zilkowski. That was a very nice save there. It did look like it did go into goal, but the referees did not call it. Now here's Catania passing it up front to Cat. And Cat's shot goes off the post to the right. And now here's another shot by Ryan Shoes, and that gets saved by Zilkowski. Very nice effort by both teams here. Zilkowski made some Zilakowski made some nice saves there, and Wayne Hills got some amazing shots on goal.
Hill's trying to keep the pressure on here. Still got the ball on their side, trying to get a couple more shots. It looks like this will be probably thrown in by Shoes here.
Yeah, Shoes throws it in right into the middle, looking for Cat. But now it goes over to the side. Now, here's Shoes trying to regroup with it a little bit. Passing it over to Torelli. Torelli with some nice moves there. But Montville gets the ball back. Now, here's number 8 of Montville passing it over to number 10, Shibaku. And he's pushed down, and the whistle is blown.
Another great play by Jake Hecker to stop number 10. Very speedy, got past Terranova, but it looked like Jake Hecker cut him off, and now this will be a goalie kick from Luke Trendecost.
Yeah, Trendecost here with the kick. And he kicks it up and over to Vander Velden. But it gets into the possession of the Mustangs. And that goes out of bounds, and it'll be number 12, Silva, to pass it in, looking for Torelli. And it is kept in bounds, but that goes deep into the Patriots zone here. And here's Montville looking to take a shot. A nice save by Trentecost. What a save by Trentecost there. He didn't have much help from his defense, but he really made that nice save on that shot by number 9, Patrick Ferrari.
Yeah, as he kicks it in, but that ball looked like it popped up and then he caught it again.
And now here's Montville to throw it back in. It's passed between a few Montville players in the back here, trying to get a nice play made together. Now here's Cat with the ball, but he isn't able to keep possession of it. Now Montville coming up the field. And it's kept in bounds, and a shot is taken, and he scores. That was number 8 for Montville. It is now 1-0 with the Mustangs up with 27 minutes and 6 seconds to go here in the first half.
That was a great shot by that Montville player. I'm not sure what number that was, but Luke Trendecost gave it all he had. It was a perfect shot right over Luke's head.
Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate there. It really was a nice shot.
Yeah, it looks like the Mustangs capitalized on great passing going all the way down the field. Wayne Hills needs to keep their head up, still with plenty of time left in this game to score.
Yeah, and there's a pretty big crowd here for both teams, for both Montville and Wayne Hills. So there's a lot of cheering from the Montville spectators. And that ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Silva to pass it in. Finds Cat. And Montville kicks it all the way up in, looking for Ferrari. But now it goes over to Terranova and out. It'll be Montville ball here to pass it in. Passes it in, Terranova's there to stop it. But it's still kept in bounds and passed between a few more Montville players. There's the Silva to stop that pass. Coming in now is Montville, number 8. And he is pushed down, and the Montville fans are looking for a call, but they don't get one. There's number 7 for Montville. And that ball goes out of bounds. And it'll be a goalie kick for Trentecost.
Hills needs now to switch the momentum and get the ball on their side where they had 3 shots earlier in the game. All 3, I think 2 of them were by Aslan Cat, very close. Aslan Cat, probably their best player. Need to get him the ball more, just like right here.
Now it's kept in bounds by Cat along with Vander Velden. Now here's Montville with the ball. with a nice possession here. And there was a save by Trent DeCoste. It was a pretty weak shot there, but Trent DeCoste was able to stop it and prevent that from going into the goal. And now he kicks it up towards the middle. Now it's over to the side. And Terranova with the ball all the way out in the corner, but then he kicks it out of bounds. So now it'll be Montville ball.
Yeah, Hills needs to make a stand here. You can't go down 2-0 to this Mustang team who is very defensive heavy. As with their goalie, I think he just racked up about 3 saves earlier, so he probably is about at 69 saves on the season.
Here's number 23 for Montville to pass it in. And Torelli was there to try to kick it out, but he was not able to get it out, and that was a little bit dangerous there for Wayne Hills. And here's Cat with the ball, and that goes out of bounds on Montville. Now Wayne Hills to throw it in with 23 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the first half. Something else I want to mention today is that Montville's looking for their second straight title as they made it to the as they won the final last year. As now it's thrown in by Wayne Hills, and there's Catania to keep it in, but it goes out of bounds. Yeah, so this Montville team is really good. They're ranked number 1. So as we said earlier, this is a tough game for Wayne Hills. Here's Zilakowski to kick it in. And that ball goes out of bounds. It's thrown in by Montville. Pass between a few more players. And that was saved by Luke Trentacost. What a save there. A nice diving save.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that ball is exactly going to go in, but it's a great save. It looks like Luke Trentacost is going to kick this ball in.
Yep, and now here's Montville with the ball again. Coming up is number 13, Patrick Elias. Passing it over to Shimbaku. And now it's passed in. But then the whistle's blown. It'll be Montville ball here. It's looking like it'll be a penalty kick.
Yeah, I didn't see much there. It looked like the Montville player kind of tripped on his own, and he got the crowd to chip in after he tripped. That should be a penalty kick. See if Luke Trentacost can...
Yeah, here's Shimabuku to kick it in now. And that goes just high of the goal. Here's Trent DeCoste to kick it in. And that goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Patriots need to be aggressive here with about 20 minutes left to go in the first half. Need to get the ball on their side like they did earlier in the first half.
Yeah, here's Josh DeSilva to pass it in, and he finds Cat over there on the other side. But then that ball goes out of bounds. Now it's thrown in by Montville. And it's kept in bounds. And it'll be Montville ball. Now it's passed between a few more Montville players. And over to number 5. Who kicks it towards the middle, but Hecker's there to break that up. Now here's Catania kicking it up to about midfield. But the defense is there for Montville. Now Trent Acosta to make that save. And it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, we usually see a better kick from Luke Trenticos from the goal there. Looks like number 5 will be throwing in for Montville.
And that ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Montville ball to throw it in. With 18 minutes and 47 seconds to go in the first half here, Montville is still up 1-0.
Yeah, Montville's staying aggressive. Hill's being not so aggressive in this first half ever since they got shut down on those 3 shots on goal.
Now passing it in is Montville. And that goes all the way to the other side of the field, where Hecker gets tripped up. And that ball goes out of bounds. It's now passed in by Wayne Hills. But the defense is there to stop that. Now coming up is Pavlovich. And Montville. Vander Velden passing it over to Pavlovich. But then Zielkowski, the goalkeeper, is there to stop that.
Yeah, Hills is hurting themselves by missing these passes downfield, which is what Montville did to get their goal earlier.
Now it's kicked up. Couple of headbutts there. And the whistle's blown.
Yeah, that's a bad call by the referee there. It looked like he tripped. That should not be a call on Aslancat. Aslancat really didn't even touch him. He was just going for the ball, and one player tripped and the other did not.
Now it's kicked in by Montville. All the way up by the goal. Here's Montville. And now it's over the Cat for Wayne Hills. Cat bringing it up the field. With some nice moves there. But then number 30, Hennigan of the defense is there to stop that.
It was a great play by number 30 for Montville, getting that ball out on the Patriots' probably best player on offense. Aslancat had an opportunity there, did some little fancy moves, but could not get anything. But looks like Torelli will be kicking the corner kick to give Hills another opportunity to score with about 16 minutes left to go in the first half.
Yep, and Torelli with the corner kick here, right to the middle. But the defense is there to stop that. Shoes. And that goes out of bounds.
It looked like Torelli was not paying attention right there. He was kind of looking behind him, but I don't think he could have got to the ball anyway, as will be thrown in by a Montville player.
Montville to throw it in. That's over to Torelli. And that goes out of bounds. So it'll be Montville ball again. Passes it over to intended for a couple teammates. Montville with a nice possession here over to Hennigan. And that's kicked in. Over to Terranova. And over to Vander Velden. Over to Ryan Shoes. but that ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah.
Now here is Hecker, actually, excuse me, Terranova, to pass it in. Now it's Montville. There's been a couple of dirty hits so far in this game
Yeah.
that both the fans and players are not too happy with for either team.
Yeah, both teams have a little pushing and shoving, which I guess could balance out. You don't want to see a too aggressive game, which has not been, like with the pushing and shoving part, but you want to see an aggressive game. It's a competitive game in the finals here.
Now, here's number 23 of Montville. Passing it in. And now that's over to Catania and out of bounds.
Okay, Terranova headed that ball out. It was a great play by him to not have Trenacost work again down here, even though it will still be Mustang ball.
Yeah, here's number 23 for the Mustangs again. And that was a little bit of a headbutt there, but a nice save by Luke Trentacost. And that's over all the way into Aslan Cat, but the defense is there to try to break that up. But now it'll be Wayne Hills to throw it in. Looks like Ryan Shoes will be there to throw it in.
Hills needs to get somewhere near the goal here.
Shoes passes it in. De Silva's there. And here's Torelli. But Montville's able to get it out.
The Mustangs' defense has been really good down here. Anytime the ball has gotten close, ever since allowing those 3 shots early in the game, nothing has been near the goalie.
Now passing it in is De Silva for Wayne Hills. De Silva passing it in again. It'll be a goalie kick for Connor Zilakowski, the goalkeeper for the Montville Mustangs. About 11 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the first half. Now Wayne Hills tries to keep it in the Montville zone, but now it'll be Wayne Hills to throw it in. De Silva on the opposite side of the field. This is number 13, Patrick Elias for Montville, passing it in. But then David Glicksman is tripped up.
Yeah, that was an obvious call there for the referee, as he actually reaches foot around to trip him. That just will be kicked in.
Glicksman kicking it in. Then that goes out of bounds. It'll be a goalie kick for the Mustangs. Still up 1-0.
Ryan Shoes has missed multiple balls down on this close side of the field. And you can see it in his face every time. He leans his head back in agony after missing it.
Now it's passed between a few Montville defenders. And up into the middle. There's Shoes passing it back. Looking for Zirban. And here's Catania. Catania with the ball. But then he gets tripped up with a Montville player. And it'll be a corner kick. Looks like here comes Torelli for that corner kick.
Yeah, this is a must-score opportunity right now for the Patriots. About 9 minutes and 20 seconds left to go, as Torelli will kick this ball in. Not very successful so far in this game, but last game they definitely were.
Oh, and that goes just wide. It looked like it was Silva there with that headbutt, but it goes just a little too far to the left.
Yeah, Patriots are definitely getting closer. I would expect a goal eventually on one of those corner kicks as they're getting closer and closer every single time. I'm pretty sure they actually scored 2 goals last game off of corner kicks from Torelli, as looks like the goalie, Zalewski, will kick it in.
Yeah, this is a strong point for Torelli with all these corner kicks, so they've been using him a lot for these. And now it's over to Cat, and over to a Montville player who kicks it in over to Hecker of the Patriots. And Silva gets tripped up, and it will be Wayne Hill's ball.
Yeah, a little complaining from the Montville sideline, as it did look like the Montville player lowered his shoulder into number 12, Josh De Silva, for the Patriots, as this will be kicked in.
Yep, Glicksman here to kick it. Goes up and in, but it's saved by the goalie.
Yeah, that was a good kick by Glicksman, getting it near the goal, but he needs a little less on that, so give one of his players an opportunity to kick the ball.
Here's Cat passing it over the Shoes and over to Catania. Here's Catania, who passes it back to Glicksman on defense, and then over to Hecker. Hecker passes it over to Terranova, and that goes out of bounds. Here's Terranova to throw it in, and that goes out of bounds again. So Terranova will throw it in again. It's over to Aslan Cat and back over to Terranova. Terranova to pass it in again.
Terranova looking for someone to pass to.
And tripped up is Van der Velden. And it's Montville ball.
Yeah, another missed opportunity for the Patriots now with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. 3 opportunities to get the ball into one of their players. They just could not. The Montville defense has been shut down this game.
Here's Hennigan. They kick it in. And that goes out of bounds, so Terranova will throw it in again. With 6 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the first half, with Montville up 1-0. Here's Shoes. But Montville does get possession of that ball. But that was a nice kick there by Van der Velden. And here's Shoes passing it over to number 17, Kareem Zerban. And here's Torelli coming up with the ball. Torelli with a nice move there, and it goes over to Van der Velden. And it's kept in bounds. And here's Terranova with the ball, passing it over to Aslan Cat. Aslan Cat. But then that goes over to the goalie for Montville.
Yeah, 2 great kicks by Torelli right there. Just could not capitalize again. This Montville defense is aggressive, but Wayne Hill's not getting any calls when there's a little push or a shove.
Now it's kicked up. Here's Cat. Cat with his jersey getting pulled, and that does get called on Montville. That was a very nice call by the referees. There was obvious contact there.
Yeah, that was a needed call. Cat has been getting hit in the back all game, as Torelli will kick this in. Probably their most like player in this opportunity right here to get this ball near the goal.
And now it's kicked in, but the Montville defense is there. Here's Vander Velden trying to keep it in. Keeps it in, and it's Wayne Hill's ball again. These referees are making some nice calls against Montville.
Wayne Hills has got to be quick here with about 4 minutes left to go as Torelli will kick this in. Maybe you can see a little trickery, which I have done the past couple games with Cat and Giancarlo Torelli.
Torelli kicking it in. Here's Terranova following along. Up. And here's a little bit of a breakaway here from Montville with Jake Hecker, the only defensive player. But then the whistle's blown, and the referees will discuss it.
Yeah,
and
Jake Hecker slowed down because the referee did call it, but it looked like the Mustang player was still going with the ball, so Jake Hecker continued to play.
It'll be thrown in by Terranova here. And here's Torelli kicking it in, but right over to a Montville player. Kick between a few more Montville players, and here's Cat with possession of it. Passes over to Torelli. There's Glicksman trying to make a stop with it. And a shot was taken by Montville, but a nice save by Luke Trentacost. With 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Terranova.
Another great play by the Mustang defense, as Cat had another opportunity there.
And that ball goes out of bounds. To be Montville ball.
About 2 minutes left to go. It looks like Montville might be trying to tack on another goal here. It would be hard. The Patriots defense has made the stand ever since allowing that goal with about 32 minutes left to go in the game.
And now here, a couple of Wayne Hills players. But now Montville does get a slight possession of it. And now here comes Cat, passing it over to Catania. Catania finds Vander Velden. And that's over, and a little bit ahead for Terranova, but that does go out of bounds. So it'll be Montville ball with 1 minute and 8 seconds to go. Here's number 5 for Montville to throw it in. With less than a minute to go. It's going up the field for Montville. And now here comes Montville with a shot and a save by Trentacost. And he gets possession of it, and now he's going to kick it in.
Great play by Trentacost there to stop the ball as he launches the ball downfield.
It's kicked in. And there was Zirban looking to get possession. And shot was taken by Samaniego towards the middle. Excuse me, that was Zirban.
About 20 seconds left to go. Wayne Hills is hustling to get the ball down here.
Torelli with a quick corner kick over to Catania. Catania passes it into the middle, and the whistle's blown as the clock ticks down. And that will be the end of the first half. With Montville up. Yep, that's the end of the first half with Montville up 1-0. And And now, coming up, we're going to have our second half announcers, Luca Yannuzzi and Jason Hook, with a first half recap, and they'll get you prepared for the second half.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Positano Pizza, the finest Italian cuisine and pizzeria. Show us your Wayne Hill student ID to get 2 slices of pizza or a bowl of pasta, plus a drink for only $5.
And we're back again at Montville High School. So far, the score after the first half, Montville 1, Wayne Hill 0. Now, Montville, the 1 seed, has faced all the typical opponents that they would be facing. However, Hills did have a bit of an easier ride here. The 2 seed Roxbury went down to the 7 seed Mendham. That's why they played the 7 seed Mendham last game. They played the traditional 6 seed Morris Hills in their first game. However, they are not treating it like this game would be any easier. They know they are facing the 1 seed, and they knew this game was going to be a challenge going into it. And unfortunately, they have let up 1 goal so far, but they have really put up a good fight. We saw in the first couple minutes or so, there were 3 shots on goal right away after that 1 corner kick. However, none of them could go in. A great save by their defender, number 30 there for Montville. On those shots there. The first shot almost would have went in. It got past the goalie, but he was there to make a great save.
So, like you said, the 3 shots on goal earlier in the half really set them up to chase the momentum, and that really showed in the latter half of the first half. We saw, a lot more aggressive defense, especially from even the midfielders, the striker, everybody on the team was playing very aggressive. And I was very impressed by the amount of, pride and momentum that was given to Hills. One of the players I've been looking at most of the game was Antonino Terranova. He's fast, he's strong, he's a great defender on the team. He holds the mile run record at Schuyler Colfax Middle School. So he's fast. He's really all over the place, even though he's a defender. It's really impressive to see someone who, can play in the backfield and in the front.
He is a defender, even listed on the roster too, but we've been seeing him do a bit more midfield stuff in this game, using his speed definitely to his advantage here. And we've seen him working a lot in the midfield as well as some of the attack force here. Evan Vander Velden, Giancarlo Torelli, and we've also seen a couple switch outs. We've seen Samaniego was taken out for John Pavlovic, and now we see coming in Kareem Zirban as well as Gabe Catania.
So I want to talk about how Luke Trenacost has been doing later on in this half. At first, he did let up that easy goal. I thought it could have easily been saved by him, but he has been getting a lot more saves, and coming into this game, he had 48 on the season, and that's just great to see, such a devoted player with so many saves going into the championship game, really showing up, not, stepping down under pressure. It's great to see that.
We've seen Luke Trenacost really, really step up as a goalie in these recent years has been playing, and yeah, honestly, a lack of defense there was definitely something that was very critical at that point. But since that goal was allowed in, the defense has always been on top of it. There's always been defense back there to help them just in case another shot like that happens. But way too many Montville offensive players and not enough defense for Hills there to help out Trenacost there. So unfortunately, that goal did go in. But Wayne Hills still putting up a fight here. And just like the Wayne Hills football team, this soccer team is also more of a second half team, putting up most of their goals in the second half of their games.
Yeah, I believe in their last game they had 2 or even 3 goals in their second half, coming around and beating their opponent, and that led them to this championship game. We have 3 minutes until the second half starts. So far in the first half, it's been a great game, back and forth really, other than that goal from Montville. I'd like to talk about the presence of Aslan Cat so far on offense. I mean, he's had 2 shots on goal. He's really playing very aggressive. He took that 1 big hit, but it was called. It's been a very slow game, not a lot of calls from the referees, but I was glad to see that one called for Cat, seeing that they did end up getting on the other team's side of the field, and they got a lot more shots on goal. It's great to see really the momentum change in this game so far, and I can't wait to see what happens in the second half.
Soccer is a sport where there are a lot more referee slip-ups, some missed calls, some calls that were called that shouldn't have been called, but nonetheless, it's taking a bit of an effect on this game, but not too much. And we did see Aslan Cat take a hit within the first few minutes, took a hit to the face, ball kick from, hit him right in the face there. Very unfortunate to see, but obviously he's okay now. Still been playing great and has been the one man who's mainly been upfield for Hills, keeping the ball there. However, unfortunately, we haven't been able to put a goal in the back of the net yet. But let's see what the second half entails. And don't go away, as second half action is just moments away.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Positano Pizza, the finest Italian cuisine and pizzeria. Show us your Wayne Hills student ID to get 2 slices of pizza or a bowl of pasta, plus a drink for only $5.
And now the second half is underway. Montville with the kickoff there. See them passing around the midfield. It's now with number 15, Leibowitz, who passes it over to Kaiser.
It's been a slow championship game so far, but it looks like this second half, they're looking like two very different teams. They look like they are both very motivated to win this game and bring home the championship for their high school.
Now we see Aslan Cat with a breakaway, takes a shot, and a great save there from Zilkowski there.
Another great shot on goal from the star player Aslan Khan. It's great to see that. I mean, another one just right there. Unfortunately, it was saved. It will be a corner kick for the Wayne Hills Patriots.
And Turley to take the corner kick here. Now Aslan Cat, the scoring leader for Wayne Hills with 6 goals, tied with San Diego. And almost a header from Cat there, but it goes past him. A Patriot player got a foot on it, but again, the catch and save made by Zilkowski.
Almost got that one there. The header bounced straight off the ground, off a possible assist from Giancarlo Torelli. Unfortunately, could not get that one into the back of the net, and it looks like it's out of bounds, Montville ball.
Hecker skies it. It's going to be a Montville throw in here. Now, Aslan Cat with 6 goals and 6 assists on the season. An amazing season last year and this year, but unfortunately last year he did take a really bad injury and missed, I believe it was over majority of the season last year. Took a rough knee injury and was on crutches, had a brace on for most of the school year really, but now to see him back on the field this year is something really critical for Hills. Is now a bunch of Hills players lost where the ball was, yet Montville luckily didn't take a shot there. And the ball, again, going out of bounds for another Montville throw. Mattis Colmoden comes off. For Montville as they make subs. And that one out of bounds again. Tonino Terranova. That one out again. Yet another Montville throw in here from Colmoden.
A hard kick there from Terranova. You know, he's a fast player. Those legs got to be strong, especially in the game of soccer.
And Colmoden's throw, a header from Colin Hennigan. The defender almost goes in there.
That one
but
was
just wide left.
To the left. Yeah. Almost there. Trenikos will kick it off now.
And being headed now, Catania with it. Catania and
Very
Kaiser
aggressive.
battling with it. And Montville clears it. It gets past Torelli. And now Montville has it. Now Hill's back with it, but it looks like it was a handball there from number 10, Ken Shimabuku. And it will be a Hills free kick. Taken by number 14, David Glicksman. And Glicksman sends it downfield to Kareem Zirbon, but the ball does go out of bounds again.
You know, soccer's one of the lowest scoring sports out there. You know, most games rarely ever go up to even 10. It's one of the hardest sports in the world, and it's no wonder that most games are really just low scoring, even the professional leagues.
And another whistle blown there. We had another foul. Looks like it's going to be a Montville free kick here. Free kick skied back there all the way to the Wayne Hills defense. But Montville able to retain possession here, trying to make a breakaway. And
Questionable
like
call there. A lot of fans on the hillsides not very much agreeing with that one, but it looks like it is a foul, and Montville will retain possession.
it looks like number 7 took a fall there, but Montville still has it, but they'll have to throw in here. And there's Torelli able to step in front of it. However, now it's going to be a corner kick for Montville. Going to be taken by number 8, who scored the goal for the Mustangs in the first half to make this game 1-0. There's corner kick, headed away by Glicksman. Montville still has it, but pushed back a little now. Now Hill's trying to take it back. There's Semeniego. And it looks like now the ball is going to go back to Montville. As Semeniego was taken out in the first half, and now the second half underway, he's back in the game. And fighting for it back there was Antonino Terranova. Just lets the ball go out of bounds, and now Luke Trenikos will have a goal kick. Goal kick makes it to about midfield. Aslan Cat had it.
Looks like it's going to be a call there.
Yeah,
Ooh, a little pushing.
Did go down there. Oh boy. Referee to console with them there and giving them a warning. No cards drawn, but will remain a foul. And now it's going to be Montville ball there. You see Aslan Cat clearly keeping his hands up so he doesn't get another call on him. And he's been adjusting his captain's badge on his arm. Looks like it's been falling off a little. And you can see it flinging off his arm now. He's still fighting for the ball. Takes a tumble there and ends up losing possession, and now it's with Montville. But again, then Nino able to step in there. Nino Terranova. And again, now Montville's throw. And they throw it in real quick. Trying to catch a break here now. Right up in, they cross it over. And then another cross, and it's skied out. It goes off of Glicksman. It looks like it's going to be now a corner kick for the Mustangs.
David Glicksman there just stops the ball from going anywhere near the goal. Great defensive play there. They're going to stop Montville, but now they do have the corner kick. The corner kicks so far for both teams have been very strong. I mean, getting close to the goal almost every single time.
Right again
Montville
for the
can
corner.
do here.
Head up in the air by Montville, but it does go behind the goal, and it's going to be a goal kick for Luke Trenikos, and Wayne Hills will get the ball back. But now a sub, number 13, Evan Vandervelden, coming back into the game. And Semeniego is coming off once again. Trenikos sending the goal kick again to about midfield, right to Vandervelden, who heads it off, and now it's with Kareem Zierbon. But then he loses it, and Montville able to kick it out.
Kicked out there for Montville, went into the stands. Patriots with the throw-in that appears to be I believe Terranova throwing this one in.
Montville's defense been playing really tough. I'd say that's their best attribute for this team. And there's a saying that does go around: defense wins championships. Once you score that goal, if you can depend on your defense, you could win.
That's 100% correct. I mean, defense is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing when it comes to sports. Questionable. No call there. Looks like 21 and number 2, Gabriel Catania got caught up there.
Now Jake Hecker skies it out. Getting a clearance there. And now Aslan Cat with the ball. It looks like he got hit by one of the players from Montville there. And he still remains down. It looks like he was clutching at that knee that he did have surgery on. And now another foul from Wayne Hills to rebuke there. And that might result in a card. And it will be a yellow card. Yeah, the yellow card on Antonio Terranova. And he's coming out in number 22, Tyler Vandervelden, coming in.
Terrible to see a yellow card there. You know, another one there for Terranova. If he continues to play later on in the game, it could result in a red card, and you know, Patriots could be down a player. So they really gotta, you know, they've been playing aggressive all game, but they really gotta watch out.
And the free kick goes out of bounds, and now a goal kick once again for Luke Trenikoff. 30 minutes left in the game here. Mustangs still up 1-0 over the Patriots. And Kareem Zierbon trying to get it there. Now Josh De Silva with a header. Carlo Torelli trying to chase it down, but Montville's going to have it. Another fall there. Looks like Vandervelden fell over there. I don't know what the call is on. All I know is the call is going to be on Wayne, and it looks like there was another card drawn. It looks like it was a card drawn on Evan Vandervelden there, and now he comes out of the game, and Samaniego coming back in. So two fouls and 2 yellow cards drawn now for Wayne Hills here. Something we really don't want to see while under a deficit. I know it might be 1 point. In soccer, it's a point hard to get back.
You know, can make or break the game.
And the ref's not calling it there. And they want to play where all the players are scattered out. If anybody tries to sell a fall, and you very well could as you're around a crowd. You can't really see what's happening back there. Josh Silva clearing out, but nobody home. Actually, Torelli might have got it back. Torelli tried getting it to Aslan Cat, but Hill's having to pass back around. Now try and make another break for it.
Now, soccer gets a really bad rep. I mean, people think it's just the game of flopping, but this championship game has showed it gets really aggressive. I mean, there's 2 yellow cards so far on the Patriots. I mean, it's been foul after foul after foul, fall after fall after fall. I mean, it's something that you would want to see, aggressiveness in a championship game, but, you know, you hate to see someone get hurt. You hate to see even someone on the other team because, you know, while we may be playing them this game, we still, you know, root for them in all other aspects.
And now Matt Colmoden for the throw-in. Big throw there, and it's headed out of bounds by Wayne Hills. It's going to be a corner kick again for number 8 for Montville. Hills defense really has to get a stop here. They can't let Montville score yet another goal. one's headed up by a Montville player, but it does go in the wrong direction. And now Aslan Cat with it. Montville back with possession. Or they have to pass back to the defense. Kareem Zierbon staying on him. But he's able to get off the pass before Zierbon could intercept. Doing some passing work here. But a great steal there from Carlo Torelli. And now Zierbon has it. And now Hills looks to make a break here. Passing it over to Catania on the right side. Catania looking for a cross. There's Aslan Cat, but ball hit away by a defender. But Kareem Zierbon was right there. And Zierbon has the ball stolen away. And unfortunately, it goes out before crossing the goal line. And it's only going to be a throw-in here. Ryan Schutz, the junior, set to throw. And now Terra Nova coming back in once again. And it looks like there was a foul called on Aslan Cat there that gives Montville back the ball. And Tyler Vandervelden going out and Terra Nova coming back in. Goal kick sent away. Hecker tries to head it, but it doesn't get too far. And now Luke Trenacosta is going to pick it up. Sends it out to Zierbon, but it goes off the back of a Montville defender. Now it goes all the way back to Carlo Torelli. Trying to break it from midfield, sends a pass through. Was looking for Aslan Cat, but can't quite get there. And it goes off, the clearance from Montville goes off Catania. Hills was trying to get it back there, but there was no one close enough to the ball to get it back there. And now Montville looking to completely flip the momentum here. There's Patrick Ferrare. But now Josh Da Silva gets it back for Wayne Hills, and he tries to clear it out. Hills still trying to stay with it, and Kareem Zierbon able to keep the ball for Hills. Catania passing back to Zierbon. And Zierbon tried staying with it, but Hills still keeps it. And another questionable call there. I thought it deflected off Catania there, but Josh Da Silva throws it in for Hills. And a header from Zierbon. Aslan tried to get it, but again, cleared out again by 30 Colin Hennigan. Definitely the leading defender here for Montville. But now we hear the Wayne Hills bleachers really getting loud here, trying to get Wayne Hills to rally here.
This is amazing fan base here at Wayne Hills. I mean, they love their sports teams, and they're banging on the bleachers, trying to get the momentum, trying to get their blood flowing, trying to get the game to hopefully tie it up and hopefully get the win here.
And a sub for Montville, it looks like. A throw in for Montville. And Samaniego gets in front of it. Montville back with it again. And Terra Nova able to get it out there. It might be a corner kick. And it will be a corner kick for Montville. It's going to be number 7, Nan Barnes. And it's a soft corner kick there, and it looks like Terra Nova took a tumble and was trying to get a call there, but no call is made, and now Luke Trenacosta is going to have a goal kick. Trenacosta guys at again about midfield, and Terra Nova gets a through pass there. Too far away from Aslan Cat there. Now back for Montville. Montville trying to get it, but again, too far away. And it's going to end up in the hands of Luke Trenacosta, who rolls it over to Josh Da Silva's pass, which goes to Torelli. But Torelli lost the ball, and now Montville has it again. There's Ferrari. And it hits the back of Glicksman. And again, another shot on goal able to be had there from Montville as the Wayne Hills defense slipped up there, and Montville scores a goal. Looks like Ken Shimabuku with the goal there for Montville, making it 2-0 with 22 minutes and 24 seconds left in the second half. Montville really needed that goal, and that might have just given the Mustangs a really big lead there, and that might be the game. I mean, I know there is 20 minutes left, but in a sport like soccer, it's hard to get it back. Let's hope Wayne Hills can rally here.
Like you said earlier, Wayne Hills is really a second-half team. Hopefully they can pull this one out, maybe 3 goals here, maybe even more. Hopefully get the win. I mean, we're still rooting for them, but this is going to be a very hard one to pull off, especially with only 20 minutes left, 2-0. It's going to be a little hard, but, we still pray for the best.
And even 2 goals would send this game to extra time. We saw almost every single game 2 years ago went to extra time, and again another ball slipping away from the Wayne Hills defense. Montville trying to get it through there, and Ferrari was the only person downfield and can't get there. And now a goal kick from Trenacos. Almost every game in the boys' playoff bracket 2 years ago went to extra time, and we saw the one went to double extra time and to penalties. And I forget who it was against, but I remember the one game we were up against Valley, and we scored the game-winning goal there in extra time, and then in the next game after that it went down to penalties, and John Pavlovic came in after being injured the entire season, came in for that last game and took a penalty shot and a great save from the goalie. Unfortunately, Hills lost that game there. And a great save there, a jumping save there from Zilkowski. And he sends it away. And again, Ferrari trying to get the ball there again. And Jake Hecker able to stop him now. Ooh, and a fall there. Catania gets tripped up. And now he's arguing with the ref there. Clearly did get tripped up there by Kaiser.
That was a very questionable one. It definitely looked like some kind of card should have been called there. Fortunately for Hills, nothing.
And Gabe Catania, a player who usually keeps his cool, but to see him get aggravated like that, something rare. And now Kareem Zirbon trying to get off across there, but intercepted by the Montville defense. Great stop from the Montville defense there. Wayne Hills still keeps it, but now it's going to be a throw-in from Ryan Schutz.
Like you said, all these players usually keep their cool, but in a game like this, even, the tiniest call really matters.
And that ball is going to go out of bounds now. And again, Wayne Hills is going to throw. So Josh Silva is going to throw it in this time. A throw to Zirbon. Zirbon heads it a bit too far out of Terranova's range, but Terranova gets past the defense, and the defender just fell, but still that time there's a call made. And again, Terranova putting his hands up.
Very questionable one there. I mean, Terranova already has a yellow card. He can't risk really any kind of foul here, but again, that was very hard to tell. I mean, it looked like he probably even tripped over himself. Unfortunately, the refs here, it's hard to call in games in general, but especially the championship, there's a lot of pressure.
And they're saying he can't risk doing anything. He wasn't risking anything. He was just there, and he didn't try to trip him. He either tripped over himself and then tripped while contacting him or something. He didn't have a leg out. He was running towards the ball, and I guess the referee saw something that we didn't down there.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, I especially didn't see any kind of contact there, unfortunately. Montville does have the ball now.
And the ball now going out of bounds, this time in Hill's favor. And Glicksman is going to throw in this time. Glicksman's throw is high. Has it back over to Aslan Cat, trying to keep it in, but missed with that kick there. And now another sub, Kareem Zirbon coming out, and Fanorius Satalios coming in. And the ball again going out of bounds. Another throw in. Over the head of Satalios, tried to get it to San Diego. He misses it, and Montville clears it out now. And Hecker's there, hopefully to try and stop it. And then Luke Trenacost falls on it and rolls it out to Glicksman. And the ball goes out of bounds, and Montville is going to have it now. Cole Moden again, set to throw.
Again, the chants from Hills.
One person starts it, and then the entire bleachers are chanting with him.
You know, really shows the chemistry. I mean, these are just fans. These are parents, you know, siblings. One person starts it, and it's really just a chain reaction.
Terranova trying to chase him down. He got hit there. He definitely got contacted there. And you saw him keeping his arms down, definitely trying not to risk anything there. That's where you can see he's not trying to risk anything.
Yeah, 100%.
Because he knew he was being covered right there. And number 8 from Montville with his arms out. And his arm hit into Terranova there. And obviously the foul called. And Torelli's free kick. Catania chasing. And he can't quite get there. Almost able to get a header off there. But just out of range. Going to be sent away by goalkeeper number 1, Connor Zolkowski. 15 and a half minutes left here in this game. 2-0. Montville with the lead. And Montville again trying to set up a break here. And Trenacost diving into it. It's able to make a stop there, but they're going to say it stays with Montville.
You know, great save there from Trenacost. You know, lots of saves, 48 to be exact, coming into this game. He luckily gets that one to, miss the goal, but, he has let up 2 so far, and it makes you wonder if he hadn't let up that second goal, would Hills still have an even bigger chance, 1-0, you'd think Hills would still have even more momentum going for them than they do now. 2-0 deficit is really tough to come back from in soccer. And, 1-0, it's just 2 goals and you could have a win on your hands.
My corner kick there from Montville. Headed by San Diego. And again, the final header there by Colin Hennigan, the main defender there. And it goes wide right. Luke Trenacost with a goal kick. Great goal kick there. And San Diego with it. Sebi looks across to Aslan Cat. And now he's got it. He's trying to take a break there. The cross over to Catania, intercepted by Ian Kaiser. But Terranova still with it. And oh my goodness, it looks like they're going to make another call there. I mean, Terranova's foot was out, but the defender was already past his foot there when he fell.
I mean,
and now it's going to be another free kick.
This is a game full of many questionable calls, yet sometimes, you can't really blame them in that. It looks like it could have been a handball.
Yeah, I was going to say, that looked like a handball there from Ferrari. Now Kaiser has it for Montville. And Wayne Hills. And Jake Hecker on the Wayne Hills defense able to stop it there. Now with Glicksman. And Glicksman slides to keep the ball. Ends up tripping a Montville player. And if anything, that was one play that could have been called against. But surprisingly, the refs didn't call that one.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that looked like there was some kind of contact. It's like De Silva's on the ground. He gets back up.
And De Silva felt a little awkward there. See him clutching his hip with his hand over there. Glicksman with a nice high free kick there. However, it is headed away, but Torelli's right there to have it. Now Aslan Cat chasing the ball down, looking for a cross, and he gets tripped up there.
It looks like it's right. Oh, that does not look good.
Oh, man.
That's his leg. That.
I think it might be his knee again.
I mean, that's just terrible. I mean, such an important player for this team late in the game. You really need a player like him, and right in the knee, that stinks. Knee injuries are always some of the worst injuries you could possibly suffer from.
Yeah, it's his left knee this time. We saw it was his right knee that he had surgery on last year. And let's talk about someone else who went through 2 surgeries. Fanoris Satalios hasn't played a season of soccer since his freshman year. His freshman year, he was doing great, then took an injury, was going to play basketball his freshman year, then had an injury his freshman year, which lasted. He got his surgery in the spring, and it eventually carried over to his sophomore season for soccer. And then had another injury 2 springs ago, which took him out for last year's soccer season. But now this season, as a senior who's back on the field once again.
You know, as if Wayne Hills didn't have enough bad omens so far. I mean, the first 2 goals that they got scored on them, the very questionable calls against them, and now their best player finally getting up. Thank God, you know, he suffered another injury that really, you hate to see it from, you know, such a star player on this team. You know, hopefully, you know, he'll be fine for possibly to come back later in this game. I mean, there's only 12 minutes left, but, you know, anything can really happen. It's only a 2-point game so far with 12 minutes left, and we're hoping that Hills still has a shot at, you know, taking the win and bringing home the championship for their high school.
He's out now for the time being. Let's just hope he's okay. Now a free kick from Carlo Torelli.
Some excited fans again here at Hills. And
the Montville defense steps right in front of that one. Able to kick it out, but Wayne Hills is going to throw it in.
Looks like
I know it's going to be another.
Cat is back up on the sidelines. Looks like he's ready to get back in.
Another corner kick now. Headed up by De Silva, but does go back. Schutz has to kick it back, and now Jake Hecker with it. Clears it out again. And header to Glicksman, and the ball hits a Montville defender right in the head. It looks like it was, again, number 30, Colin Hennigan, taking another hit, and it looks like there's going to be another foul called on Giancarlo Torelli this time.
Yellow card there. Giancarlo Torelli takes the foul, and it's a yellow card on Montville. Looks like number 5, Danny Ferriello, is the one taking that one. He's being subbed out here. Looks like a free kick for Wayne Hills. Hopefully they can score on this opportunity, or else, you know, it might be home stretch for the Montville Mustangs.
Foul was on Torelli from Montville, and now they have to make a sub here. And he has yet another free kick now. And the free kick.
That one
and
is
it goes in. And Wayne Hills scores a goal.
There we go. Wayne Hills only down 1 now. 11 and a half minutes left. A great goal there. Wasn't sure who scored that. Maybe it was Torelli. Maybe it was a player inside. But, I mean, they're only down by 1 now. They are really a second half team, and they could come back and win this thing.
Yeah, I believe it was Torelli who scored there directly off the free kick. Might have been a deflection off another Hills player, but Wayne Hills putting another point back on the board, cutting their deficit now to only 1, and we see Aslan Cat again coming back onto the field, still walking around just to try and get his knee a little better. We did see Semeniego coming off once again, but now Aslan Cat back up on the field,
all these Hills fans are, clapping, stomping on these bleachers. They are ready for a possible Hills tie game. I mean, they love their team. They love their hometown high school. And, after that goal, their momentum has really shifted. They look like a whole new team out there.
And Hills trying to get back their momentum once again. And now Carlo Torelli with it once again. Aslan Cat running it. We do see Aslan Cat. I can even tell in the way that he's running. Not 100% there, but
a lot better.
At least
after
at least
that knee injury, he looks a lot better on the field.
At least he is back up and running now.
I don't want to jinx anything, but we could see a repeat of other games that have happened earlier this season. I mean, Wayne Hills is known for their comebacks in the second half.
And many, many sports in football, in basketball, and in soccer as well. And soccer, especially this year, so many second half comebacks and second half goals. Throw in. And the throw in just goes in. It looks like the throw went in. It deflected off a Montville player, and the throw in is going to be a goal for Montville, and that makes it 3-1 Mustangs.
That's really unfortunate for the Patriots, but the Mustangs do maintain their 2-point lead here. I mean, 10 minutes left. It's still really anybody's game, but Montville really showing that even after the Wade Hills goal, their momentum really hasn't, gone anywhere.
And Kaiser passing over to Ferrari. And Fariello back to Ferrari. Now Hills with it. Now Baines has it for Montville. But now Hills able to get the steal there. Here goes Giancarlo Torelli. Running down the left side of the field.
That was going to be called on Montville. Torelli down. Looks like another knee injury for the Patriots. I mean, you hate to see it. But, Patriots, they keep the ball, and they get the free kick here taken by David Glicksman.
Glicksman, Satalios. Yeah. Faunus Satalios, we used to call him, freshman and sophomore year, we used to call him the Greek Freak. That's the big tall kid who moved over from Greece. Actually, his dad went to Wayne Valley. Then they went back to Greece, and Faunus back here at Wayne Hills. Almost being his height, was able to get the header there.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a bit of a ricochet there. Off his head, off Montville player's head, and back off his head, and then just goes straight onto the goal. Unfortunately, not able to go in.
And Glicksman's with another great free kick there. Zierbon, the junior, tried to get there, but again, another save there from Ziolkowski. Ziolkowski, the keeper for Montville, a sophomore. Zach Boyer, the senior keeper. Now Glicksman tries to keep it in bounds, but does go out of bounds and lets it go, so he gets the throw in. And now back to Hecker. Now another shot there from Ferrari, but it's wide left. It's going to be a goal kick for Luke Trenikost.
7.5 minutes to go here. 2-point game.
Now Torelli with it. Torelli trying to keep the possession of it for Wayne Hills. But Montville kicks it out of bounds, unfortunately. Hits one of the kids on their own bench there. And now Wayne Hills with it again. Now they're going to throw in. Now Montville making subs.
High kick there. De Silva with the ball.
Catania chasing it down, trying to keep it in bounds, and cross over the line there. Josh De Silva heads it up. Now Hecker with the header. Headed back now from Montville. Getting it back to their side of the field. Patrick Ferrare trying to chase down Glicksman. And goes out of bounds, and they're going to say Glicksman touched it last. And it's going to go to Montville. Or is it going to be a free kick? It looks like it's a free kick from Montville.
Looks like they called a foul there on Glicksman. I mean, shoulder-to-shoulder contact. It really could have been off anyone. Unfortunately, it was off of David Glicksman. A free kick from Montville. And
right up there from Torelli. Catania chasing it down. And he's able to keep the ball in bounds. Catania trying to start this next Hills break, but intercepted by the defense there. Cole Moden for Montville. And Catania with a slide there in efforts to try and get the ball back, but still Montville retaining it. Got another foul called on Wayne Hills. And right from Montville with another free kick. Nope. I don't think they can. And now we are back again after some technical difficulties with the camera. Unfortunately, the video did stop.
4 minutes left here in the championship game. Mustangs are up 3-1. It's looking like it will be Montville with the win here, but, you know, still got to have hope for Hills.
What a great
and that's a
save there from Luke
Trenacost.
Free kick ended up being a shot right on goal, and Luke Trenacost with a great diving save there. Again, it looks like Montville with only 3 minutes left and a 3-1 lead. It looks like for the second year in a row they're going to win this championship here. Though it is a different style bracket, and obviously no championship games at the usual Clifton Stadium. This Northwest Group 3C bracket championship looks like it's going to go to Montville, and they did win their bracket last year, and it looks like they're going to win their bracket this year once again. And another header there from Ferrari. Almost goes in, but just wide left. Luke Trenacost has to send this one away quick.
Even with this possible loss here for Hills, I mean, you just got to be happy that you made it to the championship. I mean, this is a great team. They made it to the finals of this tournament. You got to be happy for your, you got to be happy for your hometown high school. You got to be happy for your teammates, your classmates, your sons, your siblings. These are just an amazing group of players, and it's very impressive that they've worked together and they've gotten this far into the season. And the clock is winding down. 2 minutes left. 3-1 Montville.
And it looks like Kareem Zierbaum was going to throw, but now it's going to be Glucksman to throw in. Glucksman's throw pass to Relly. Now Montville going to keep it here. Trying to put yet another one in, but again, Luke trying to call us at the save. And 2 players tripped there.
Trenacost came into this game with 48 saves, it looks like. Ending the season with, it seems like 60 plus, but that could just be me. I mean, a lot of shots on goal for Montville and a lot of saves for Trenacost. And De Silva is down. And it's going to be Patriots ball.
And Ferrari did have his arm up there, and there was contact, so it will be a free kick. Hills to send it away once again. Catania trying to fight for it now and again.
And that definitely should have been a call there.
I feel like it was, but because there's 19 seconds, they're going to let them play on. They're going to let Montville take
you're
a
right,
throw.
but I mean, not calling that really, unfortunately, gives those players to, lack of discipline. Even with less time in a game, you got to call that. Tell them, you can't do that. There were any other time left in the game, you cannot do that. And it looks like Montville takes home the championship against Wayne Hills 3-1.
The 1 seed Montville taking down a 3 seed Wayne Hills Patriots here, but nonetheless, Wayne Hills did have such an amazing season. Played a hard-fought season to get here, and again, like to give a nod out to all the seniors who this was their final season. Obviously, the goalkeeper, number 31, Luke Trenacost. The 3 Vandervelden triplets, Zach, Evan, and Tyler. Number 4, Giancarlo Torelli. Number 24, Ryan Tullio. Number 11, Fenorius Satalios. Number 19, Zach Tamus. Number 16, Manut Singh. Number 10, Sebastian Samaniego. Number 20, John Pavlovic. Number 3, Riley Mahler. Number 25, Isaac Goshen. Number 7, Aslan Kat. And that's all the seniors from this Wayne Hills team. Unfortunately, in their final year, couldn't claim the championship, but still had such an amazing season. And I have been Luca Yannuzzi alongside Jason Hook, Jake Talerico, and Noah Sandler. And for whatever winter sport game comes next, we will see you then.